There was this super cool story yesterday in YouTube. It was like a book, it was like an audiobook, and it was super interesting. I was so disappointed when I realized it was just a story. Clearly the guy has some background within the military, and he has some expertise in regards to hunting down organized crime. It came out pretty clear. Anyway, I realized that there are many cases that goes unsolved, where we are blinded unless you work for CIA or some special Delta force. People like me, we don't have access to gadgets that can track you down, hunt you down, or surveillance. Not like you need anything expensive to surveil anyone, but let's just face it, most people you would surveil. You would bore yourself to death in regards to listening to what people are talking about. In regards to that, none of the gadgets you think you have that you can block people out in regards to if someone decide they want to surveil you, your little gadget that you got from Amazon isn't going to stop you. Just saying, I used to work within security, so never have I been or will be a cop. One of the things I'm going to bring up, that I dislike snitches. I do. Even cops do. We don't respect them, but we can use them. However, something here tells me about a possible snitch and a story that could be epic or plain boring. So that is what we are going to have a small look at. There you go. And find out if this story is impeccably boring. I'm not gonna upload it, but sometimes, very often in fact, things take place in groups, in like people experience very similar things happening, taking place at the same time. That means that very often, if you are in that vibe, you might as well attract this video, which could put certain puzzle pieces, loose puzzles together. I don't know if I'm able to provide you with those puzzles with a few tarot cards, but at least we can try, can we? And if that doesn't work, this case is pretty, I'm not sure how severe it is, but if it is as severe as I suspect it is, it's going to take more than tarot cards than to trace these beings down, because they are, let's just say, you wouldn't want to touch these people with a long, very long flag stick, you know. So what we're gonna do now is just bless our space. And please comment below if the cars would be interesting to hear how much they bug the video. So we have enough cards, trust me. little bit cymatics at place. Okay, just gonna make sure that our ravens all over the world are notified that we are going to snoop a little bit. All right. So how exactly did this story begin? I'm going to target a specific person, and that specific person, it's an archetype, okay? That specific person could be someone relevant for you in your life, okay? The story could be relevant for something taking place in your life. And if it doesn't, the story could be highly interesting for you anyway. Let's give it a try. So we do have a name. A last name. We do have a profile. I see a symbol. Fruit. Forbidden fruit. Okay. Looks like the story begins outside. It's not a European story. It's not a European story. But for some of you it could be. But the main character here, which is a living being, it's not European. I have very little information. I was just asked, I was poked. Take a look at this. It's very little information. But it's possible we are dealing with a snitch. And if it is a snitch, now a snitch, the rule doesn't count if innocent people are involved, you know, as in human trafficking, if it is children, you know, someone being harmful towards animal, children, or innocent people, you know, civilians, then the snitching rule doesn't count. Snitching is more like if you and I want to do a deal in regards to, you know, actually it's all about, you know, what you and me wants to do private, you know, as in smoking a joint, you know, and if someone wants to do something else, it comes down to you know, I have pretty large ball of green stuff to sell you, which you can smoke it, you can eat it, or I found some special mushrooms in the field. Personally, I consider that as harmless, without claiming that this is something you should do. But what I'm saying is that it's your personal business, what you want to put inside your body, okay? Make sure that your children is not watching my shit, okay? You need to be 20 to watch my shit. Just making sure my daughter is not even going. You're not allowed No. Okay. But I can't lie about it, that, you know, things that are legal here in Thailand are legal for a reason, just like they are legal in Amsterdam, just like they are legal in Spain. And so if you tell on someone, like in, let's say, my own country, because they are smoking a spliff, in the old school days that would be big spank from the police. Today they wouldn't spend any resources on that unless it's a pretty large amount we are talking about here. But again, snitch is snitch. You know, if no one are harmed, then you're a snitch. If you go to the police and you get your own case cleared. Someone now recently ended in jail. I think it was here in Thailand, I'm not sure, because she helped people using psychedelics towards migraine and depression. And that's an actual thing real researchers are researching on. And I don't think you need necessarily a paperwork to if you are experienced and you are an adult, 2 years in jail. And the reason she's in jail is because she didn't snitch on the people who was really hardcore on doing these things, the people who would supply, because she could go free, she could walk free if she told on the people who would supply her with the magical mushrooms and these things. And it's true, it does remove migraine. Personal experience for me, so I can't speak on behalf of others. When it comes to depression, I cannot say. I cannot say. And this is in this area. Did this person snitch on something minor? And why is this person around some of you? I want to know, is it a big thing? Are we talking about human trafficking? In that case, I will have big trouble seeing that, but if I see it, I see it. Or are we just talking about someone who are dealing with something small here? Love? Love. The entire story starts with love. Cheese love. The forever kind love. Alright. Already the story is kind of a mystery. I didn't expect that. I didn't see that at all. Love. Luck. This person got lucky in love. All right. And here is his woman, apparently. Unless, no, this is a masculine energy. So here's his lady. So we can verify that he either has a lover or a lady friend. Maybe a wife, married, we'll see. I get a very strong married kind of vibe. And then there is this extreme confusion. What to do now? Getting lost. Like, getting lost in one's own mind. You know, the labyrinth very often symbolizes the minds. And this is a labyrinth. People just walking around. And that is being lost in one's mind. Someone could have literally lost their mind. in regards to the situation here. A choice had to be made in love, or, you know, either choose love or, you know, there are two paths here. And we have the number 22, which is a sacred number. But there is someone here that this masculine have a strong connection with. Do you get something about money or love? Possibly, we'll find out. Well, this person is quite a romantic, cheesy. Could be Hispanic, French. No, we are not in Europe. I don't know if in India, if that's a thing to bring flowers on the door to the lady. If I didn't know any better, I'd even guess Holland, with the flowers are kind of revealing that. Okay, so what opposing forces are we dealing with here? This is Saturn. Death. So, looks to me like there was some kind of gift exchanged, or death. There's your snitch. Not necessarily, but something just got me to that part where suspicious. 998, 9 while 9. There was a gift here. I am not sure if this was a romantic, because someone took action and gave someone a gift. But there was an underlying threat here, which was death. I'm not gonna do Jupiter. Jupiter is more than enough showing up here. We have Saturn right here and Pluto. If you take this proposition, is what I get, you can avoid death, and we'll make sure that you will be self-sustainable, you know, something in that direction. You'll get enough money to stand on your own feet. So if this is your story so far, it's highly likely that if you give him enough, he will tell on you. You know, doesn't make him an evil person, but it makes him, I'm going to prioritize me, myself, my mom, dad, children, wife, you have it, before I prioritize you, because you're a stranger, so you're not in my world, and therefore I am not obligated to care about what happens to you, really. It's this kind of mentality. I have lots of love for the people who gave me life, especially if it's an Indian. Then mommy and daddy is very important, you know. Clearly, this is not a Norwegian. we are cold-hearted bastards. Show me the underworld here. Yeah, snitch. So this is someone who loves his family, But if you have this person as your personal friend, you don't want to, let's say, if you guys likes to do hippie shit together, he will tell on you for a rather small amount of money. You know, if you break him a good deal, he will tell on you. He seems to be rather mentally confused. Maybe he is some kind of I don't know. He induces a lot of stuff himself. Let's see. So the relationship at some point was in danger. And it's possible that he had kids, very possible, but there was a promise here of a new beginning. He managed to obtain some kind of a home for this family. So we can pretty much conclude that it's one man, probably some wife or partner, and they have at least one child together. He is someone who likes to blab a lot. There are people talking about him who don't like him. They don't like him. And he don't like them either. Wherever he is now, but this is, you know, I'm looking a little bit back here, back in time. So I believe that this was back then, and it is highly likely this situation is still. Factual or actual, or, you know, that this is someone who they try to portray themselves as something they're not. It's I get a very strong thug vibe here. He must have been really good looking at some point, because now there's been some time. Help me out, see if the dice can do the shit. Oh no, sweetie. 18. Something about 18. Could have been 18 years. Something happened 18 years ago. There's also something about 2 here. He created a seed, some kind of seed. He is surprisingly, he seemed to be surprisingly strong. So they left. Compass 42. So if you have someone who is giving you a weird wave, there was a gambling here. He could have had some debt, due to gambling. But I think it was a little bit more than that. He owes people money. Where he's originally from, if they get hold of him, we are not talking about a small, flick on your finger. He owes people money, and I think he was willing to call them out to maybe get away from them. He ended up yeah, he snitched on someone so he could get away from where he was. Very fine. Two police officers here showing up in the night. What do you know? Let's see, what else do we have? Okay. Again, flowers, gifts. At some point, someone, it's not necessarily him, but I get that someone got flowers sent to their door with a message. And that was pretty clear that we have your wife, and I think I smell children here, kids, okay? So pay. It's not about losing a hand here, it's about losing the people you care about. This is the point where someone have a sword or a knife right here, like we're watching you. And these people are well organized. He cherishes children, his children or child, okay? He loves them very much. And so he had to make a choice. There was a house here, some kind of a home. I get that he worked for these people. It was not just, this is not someone who just sold some weed on the street here. Okay. What do you know? You get a house on top of the house. Same, but different deck, but still a Norman card. House. I get possibly from one house to another house. Maybe they had to move in that area to get to safety. There is a lot of love attached to that situation in regards to family here. One card carries the king, another one carries the prince. Scorpio, Piscean, we even have the Queen of Swords here. And I believe that someone who actually You know, the people here actually are, you know, they have pretty easy access to weapons. This is not Norway, this is not Scandinavia, where you need to go to shooting classes and you need a hunter's license and you need to register and you know blah blah blah. You know, this is just, hey, I don't know how I get the word dingo. Dingo. It's a dog in Africa. I don't think we are in Africa, to be honest with you. A dingo. Okay, maybe it does rhyme with gringo. Maybe maybe he is a gringo, or maybe there was a gringo to the mix there. Maybe we are in Mexico. I don't know. Okay, so we have a new name for gringo, dingo. So what is really fun facts? Gringo, it comes from, I believe, the Americans, the North Americans. They came and there was some kind of conflict between Mexico and or South America somewhere, and the United States or whoever these were, they would wear a green uniform. And so they would scream, green, go, green, go, green, go, green, go. I had a very good Argentinian teacher in Spanish. So though my Spanish suck, I can still pick up some words. This is where we get the word gringo from. So basically you have to be from the United States or from this specific country to fit in to the narrative. And in return, I think we have a narrative for those, I say we as a Caucasian here. What do you say to those people in return? Who gives a shit? So I don't know if they emigrated to the United States. I have no clue where they went, but they for sure left. They had to detach from possible other family and friends. There was no choice here in this mix. Hey, dingo. Doesn't the gringos have a really rude name in return? Oh yeah, DEGOS, I think. I have no clue where that comes from. I don't know if I'm rude for bringing it up even. I just realized that we are both rude. We're both pretty rude. So yeah, we could be in Mexico, we could be in Colombia, we could be anywhere in the world. I don't think we are in Argentina though. Snitching again. Yeah, I get it. So it was kind of driving him almost insane, whatever was going on. He could have been involved in murder because these people have a very low tolerance in regards to detach your hand from your body. It's just a different culture, right? But yeah, there was a snitching here. And somewhere over the rainbow is a big rainbow here. Rainbow. So I don't know if these people or this person had some glorified dream about where they went after. We'll find out if he's You know, I can get it if you're dealing with hardcore criminals who are very organized. That I'm not gonna last long here if I just as much as fart into the left. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But I think he himself was in on it. He was equally as guilty as everyone else. It's just that he happened to love his wife and kid. I really don't focus too much on the children as of now, but it's clear that they were in some kind of sight here. We're watching you. I'm watching you, right? So, and he knew that. What the hell is this? Oh, again. Time to go. But where? You know? But where? It's time to detach. There was a lot of... Oh, he could have been... There is very possible that he might have been locked in from some period inside, behind the slammer once or twice in his life. Before he got more organized to make those money, because wherever he is from, this person, it wasn't easy to obtain money. It wasn't easy as in like where I come from to obtain food, money, a comfortable life. So what he did was possibly something that was necessary to do. Some of the things I get he did to surprise his wife, to make her happy, buy her some kind of jewelry or stuff like that. So they're still talking. They're starting to talk a lot. It's starting to escalate, this story. And here he is. I don't think it's him unless he's very light-skinned. This could be the dingo. Maybe this is the person he actually snitched to. Or there was some kind of offer here from a guy that was fair. He gave him an offer. And he used the family, the rainbow, you know, the rainbow vision and all this stuff to say that, you know, if you help us out, because there's dead people involved here. Gaming money, debt. So if you help us out, we're going to help you. Oh, how much money did he owe? So yeah, there was a message here. There was a message. And it was fraudulent. It was full of bullshit. Either it was a threat from the very people he's been working with as, you know, handyman in regards to killing. So there was a death threat here. There was also a letter here, deceptive letter. Could have been a setup, a lure. Maybe they tried to set him up. Maybe he was I get that he was very predictable. I think, whatever, if he was a part of an organization, I think the leader was pretty sharp enough to see up front that this guy is gonna snitch on us. So we need to get to him before he actually... As we know, this person is alive. We know that they didn't get to him. Death in reversed. 9 of Wands. So here he have some kind of protection. Could be a witness protection, maybe. Oh my good God. You saw that, right? Yeah. That usually happens when we are touching stuff because someone here are actually passed away. So this is far worse. This is blood. This is blood. And I can't really, yeah. Wow, that's pretty intense, man. That's intense. So yeah, I have a little job to do later in regards to that. Me, by the way, and fire. I cannot work with fire. I could never be a person that blows out fire. Well, just blow it up. This thing doesn't really surprise me. Tarot de las Brujas, right? But we are touching a subject now which is highly volatile. This is murder. Okay. He managed to save his own life because he was protected, or is protected. But there was a big danger here because you see the lover is right behind here in reversed, and there was an offer coming in here with the Ace of Coins. So here he is protected from death himself, and we have basically people here who are after him, and they carry firearms. He got away, as you already know, but barely with his life. As you can see, there could even have been an amplified murder case during this hunt. This was a cat and mouse hunt, for those of you who like criminal shit. I know who this person is, but these are tarot cards. It's entertaining, but sometimes they can bring up things. I didn't think about that. Something here doesn't add up, you know, to people you meet until they lock you in, you know, and treat you like a fucking dog. Oh, but he was so nice. No. This situation go further up in the system than I thought. It's literally a hair around the table. People of high importance were involved. So the fact that this man gets to hide that well is interesting. So we have a death threat here, and we have, well, he snitched. He managed to escape. Did they manage to grab the bad guys? They let him out because he was, it looks to me like he was catched. He was catched, and for a while he had, you know, you either stay there or you start talking. What's going on? Who are these people? We want your people. We want these people. And so they let him out so they could catch whoever they were after, okay? They let him out. I can tell you as much that in one situation, I would never think that, you know, I met the sweetest, cutest, nicest person on earth, and turns out they've been in hardcore jail, like not Norwegian jail, because that's a luxury hotel, better than this room, because they have a TV also, right? And it turns out they've been in badass jail because they are not just violent, they brag about their violence. As soon as you show off your jacket, I'm not sure you can see it, they get confident with your past, and you stick on to your past, yeah. They realize, oh, Raven had that side to her. So she's not a colorful hippie. Well, then I can brag a little bit about my past. Yeah, by the way. Huh, interesting. By the way, you know, in that situation, I couldn't give a fuck. It doesn't have anything to do with me. But that specific person, which is not this, by the way, did show another character eventually when they felt comfortable around us. At some point, they felt too comfortable around us. So this is basically someone telling, you know, you are the weed now, and we are going to weed you out. You're weed in our garden. You're the weed in our garden, and you gotta go. It could have been sent to his wife, some beautiful flowers, and she could have been like, you know, if there is no solution to this thing, I need to go somewhere else. But maybe that wasn't too easy, who knows? I know very little about that part of the world and Africa. I barely took a sniff of Morocco and Tunisia, and all I could say that I'm not commenting on that. Not commenting on Moroccans in Spain. No, not gonna go there. Just gonna say to one specific person, may you never meet me face to face, because I will rearrange it. Anyway. Holy shit. Yeah, this was for sure affecting his kids as well. In the beginning, it was all not doom and gloom, but glory. You know, people well paid probably. We have 2 properties here. What's that all about? Did he, have one and then he got one better one? Doesn't look like, but I did use, two different Norman decks here. So one house looks a little bit prettier than the other. Maybe that, but no. This is a story you can dig in forever. We have a fortune teller here. Maybe these people are into Esmeralda is going to tell you a fortune kind of shit, people. There was a prophecy here given of this, you see Mexicans all the time. I'm not claiming this person is a Mexican, but we see they are far more comfortable with magic, fortune tellers like myself, not to mention black magic or creepy stuff, Santa del Muerto or something like that. Yeah, the goddess of death. They worship death just like the Indians worship Kali. For me, it's not weird at all. I didn't get further than watching. I didn't watch either. Me watching a rooster being sacrificed to the devil, Kali. She's not really the devil, is she? But blood sacrifice is as close to satanic as you get. We don't like that, okay? And it's taken place a lot, I know, in Mexico and all over Kerala. When you see it with your own eyes, and yeah, it's going to go. And bloody fucker. Yeah, snitch and snitch and snitch and snitch. Someone's daddy is a snitch. I find that highly interesting. It was just a small suspicion. Someone here is a blabber. What am I going to do about it? I have my own business to do. I'm very busy, so I'm not going to do a lot about that. As long as this individual stays away from my house, I'm not going to do much about that. Interesting. So, what does the tarot card lady say? Because we're not even here yet. We are still in the past. At least that's what I'm trying to figure out here. What does the tarot card lady say? Maybe he went to someone like me and like, what's gonna happen if I stay here? Well, obviously they're gonna kill you. Death, muerte, muerte. Destruido. Let's find out. What did she tell him? Or maybe it was the lady in the house. Maybe she got some paper skills. You're going to be victorious if you leave. Catholic people. Oh, what a shock. Yeah. Catholic stuff. What do you know? What a shock. I see two girls here. There is little money left. They're juggling with the money. This person might have 2 children. and it's highly likely it's two feminine girls. At least one of them have a Capricorn placement. Could be a Scorpio here. I can't make it up, even if I would. Check the skull here. The skull is Scorpio. Check the head of the skull. That's Capricorn. Two girls. Ah? Looks to me, you go lucky. La Fortuna, what do you know? They are in Spanish too. Wonder how that happened. Let's just have a peek on that one. Oh, holy fuck. El Diablo. So he escaped El Diablo himself and death. That's pretty well done. That could have been, that was a brutal one. He escaped El Diablo. He saved his two children, wife, I would be surprised if someone actually carried that name as a nickname, like El Diablo or Phantasma, some cheesy crap like that. These cards here are very jail. Someone here got out of jail for sure. So got out of jail. Holy shit. These people are badass. Oh, well, you know, that's me. Well, you know, La Reina de Grales, the Scorpion Queen. Ooh, what do you know? Huh. Seems to me those children could be grown up now. The nightmares are over, at least for the kids. New nightmares. One nightmare goes away, another one stops by and says, hello there, you remember me. You can't escape death, you can't escape karma. But was this a vicious thing going on here? Well, looks to me that he did himself was an equally bastard as the people who threaten him. When you want to work for organizations like that, make sure you do not have kids or people that you love. A lot of blood was shed running around with this group. So a message was sent. It was fraudulent. It could have been some kind of trap. It was filled with deception. Again, this dingo here. I'm not sure I'm supposed to use that name. I'm gonna take another chance on this table is a little bit shaky, but blue candle. Would be so creepy if I chose the red one, wouldn't it? But yeah, we do have blue bloods, don't we? Copper-based blood. All right, so being set free, being hunted also by a specific one male here. Yeah, this snitching set him free. Looks to me, whatever he said made someone very happy and someone pretty pissed off. Not only did he get his freedom, he got lucky. He also got some support. To escape. And he finally got the money to buy Mama Bear a ring, possibly here. Or, you know, the ring she always wanted that he had promised her. There is a sapphire ring here. Could be. Blue ring. All right, we are not quite done yet because I'm having too much fun. Let's have a look. This is foul. This is foul. Just gonna have a look here. We will see if the witches want them, these people. This is very exclusive. So let's do some necromancy here, shall we? Oh, someone rose from the ashes here. What do you know, the phoenix? Well done. Well done. Bless you. Okay. A snitch. Still to this very day, wherever he is, people have no clue about this past. 1331. What do you know? More children. Is that what we see here? Time's gone, maybe 18 years. So it could have been a couple of decades since this took place, maybe more. 18 shows up as a very significant number. And the number 2. Could be 2 decades, could be someone, I don't know. That some of these people, they come from a culture where wearing a lot of cheap bling doesn't really harm your image, right? And that some of these children, they want to be high class, you know, high class, but they come from very, let's say, the class basically is so low that it's no class, basically. I get one name here. Two names. Not necessarily something that belongs to them. Picardo. One of them have an English name. It does not connect to this one. Just making sure I'm not going to mix up because I do have a couple, 2-3 stories that are very similar, actually, in its roots, you know. And actually, there are 2 women here. Their names are not Latin, or not as of how we know it. Okay. Let's see. That was quick. La muerte. La muerte. Death. So yeah. Death in reverse, they have managed to trick Death himself, El Diablo, Death, Saturn, and Hades. Wonder if it's because of good deeds. What makes these people so special in that case? Because they still, I see, there is still this fence system here which they have built. I wouldn't be surprised if their names are fake. Devil again. I'm starting to think, because he's showing up as the fox here, this person. That he himself was no better than the devil himself. It's just that sometimes the devil also falls in love and he wants to take care of his own princess of hell, Azazel, Beelzebub, you know, all the funky guys that the church demonized. But this is the real deal. And someplace elsewhere, people are harvesting these thugs. Oh no, just thugs. Goes deeper than that. There's a lot of aggression. These people are fake. Mexican, Colombiano, Venezuela, who the fuck gives a shit? It's they're walking among regular people, free men, you know. Something was taken. Yeah. Either something was either lost or taken from the person we are referring to here. And it wasn't returned to the owner. It could also have been a loss of security here. We have his people talking like how to get him or how to get the money or whatever. Yeah, we have someone here bringing in some news that you need to go into hiding. But there's one condition. It will cost you, because you've been a bad boy too. But you know, if we can get, let's say, 10 people, 30 people, because you have a wife, kids, we can break a deal. Because if you don't, I will make sure the sun will not shine no more for your wife and your children. Sun reversed. It's a very strange sun card, because it's like a naked stripper. No, she's I have no clue. It's very surreal style, but it's the sun. It's a violin, and her hair is on fire, like mine. But someone here was going to make sure that he's not going to have any future unless he talks. That does not make him a good guy. It makes him a good daddy, maybe. Maybe he thought that whatever he was up to wouldn't. Yeah, let's see. The sun came back, however, so he made a choice. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll make a statement. Contract was probably signed. And still, I got this idea that they tried to trick him. He couldn't just travel. He couldn't just, oh, now you're ready to put your ass on a plane. Here's the plane tickets. Here's the money. We made an arrangement with I don't know, Netherlands. I do see a lot of what's those flowers called? Yeah, whatever. So you and your children can be safe. The cops in this country are as nasty and corrupt as elsewhere, so this is just a cat and mouse kind of game. You know, so who to trust, you know? So a contract was signed. However, something could have been those tiny small letters that we can't bother check up upon always. Sorry, but you can't leave just yet. But something. The children or someone here had angelic protection. La Rueda di Fortuna. Do you see the angel here? It came to his aid. Very interesting. So he was given finally a choice. The star is showing up here. And he finally somehow managed to leave. And so in this situation, we have this happily ever ending to this specific episode. Let's see how this individual lives his life today. Interesting. Super Now, since this is a general read, and I do target a specific character, but I want to share the story with you because I've been fooled by so many people in my life. Not looking twice at someone when you in fact should look twice at someone, you know. It could be the priest in your church. You never know, right? And that's something you should look into, obviously. If you smell something iffy, and today we know what priests prefer to do rather than praying to Jesus. We know what that even today priests are dirty as faff, you know. So you never know. And I cannot say that, oh, this is the situation with that person, but if my suspicions are slightly or even on point, you know, it's not someone you really want to hang out with, is it? Because there's a lot of aggression attached to this individual, and there are some people, unfortunately, most of the population, and those are the ones who won't get their so-called grace of God. You know what I'm saying? With that, I mean that if you truly believe that there's going to be a rapture, the people who harm other people to protect their own people, and that's the one and only reason. You know, I've been threatened by so many people because their daughter is against me, or their son, I hurt the feelings of their kid, without you only, you know, the child or the person we're dealing with will only tell their version of the story. So your story have no meaning whatsoever. You know, your version have zero value because you're not blood related. And so therefore they are entitled to seriously fuck up your life. And then the question is, are you going to let them? Or are you going to be so patient that when the house of cards really falls apart, it's just not, you know, don't bother waste your time giving these people a mosquito bite. You know, pluck them apart. If they keep on bullying you, pluck them apart. A lot of people have actually learned as much as to leave me alone, right? Maybe they heard, maybe they have listened to what I said in regards to, am I that? I mean, you spend so much, waste so much time of your life on me. You actually it sounds more like you are in love, or than you hate me, you know. Or you want to be like me. Why? Because you copy everything I do and say. Even my hairstyle, even the clothes I wear. Copycats. Copycats, right? And they are pretty much everywhere. So let's see how this individual is living their beautiful life today. So I'm not sure hippie cards are Very relevant for this. We did bring out these guys. They are pretty neutral, I think. Luis Royo, yeah. Luis Rojo, a Spanish guy, by Fournier. An old school fantasy dude. Caliber 1, all right. Golden, of the golden class of artworks. Let's see. So, how does this life to this person? I have a feeling he catched something. I can't put my finger on it. I get maybe a lot of coughing. Something about his lungs, maybe, I don't know. But I get there is pain there. There's a lot of things from the past that still haunts this person. It's coming out as rather loud or nuts. But let's see. Oh God. He's a very dedicated man, but he somehow attracts conflict. Looks like you have managed to create a pretty fair amount of debt, and he likes to be the big guy. But he ain't the big guy. He's the small guy. He's nobody. He's a loser. He has this, oh, I'm the big shit kind of guy. But he seriously is nobody. He's a nobody. He probably doesn't even have any education. Let's have a look. Education doesn't mean that you need to have a master's degree or bachelor degree. It means that you are blessed, as we say in Norwegian. You read books. You know stuff. You can do stuff. Not just sit it. He's bragging a lot about stuff. So what is the forbidden fruit? There's something about his smell. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it has something to do with his, maybe he's working, I don't know, or if he's on his pension time. There was for sure a victory here recently. A secret came out. Or something was revealed. They send out a lot of, there's this vibe here of sending out a lot of false negative information around to people. Just small things, just seed people, small comments, like, let's see, it's a manipulative energy. Yeah, there's a lot of Piscean energy here also. He's a blunt liar, but he can come out as someone who can talk anyone around. He can convince anyone that he's the good guy. He's the real shit, you know. He's bragging, and I've seen this character type before. I met this archetype before. and he had the same car, and he was good at giving the impression of, oh no, I'm not interested in anything specific from you, I just want to be your friend. And next minute, you know, your jewelry box is emptied or your bank account is suffering, you know. I'm not saying he do this, but it's the same energy. I also get overindulging. Death. Like to challenge death. Is this energy of death, the stench of death. That's probably what I smell. Like it's like when you first really smell death, you can't really forget the smell, can you? You buried someone alive. And then you go back and you have to move a corpse. And even those bandanas you put in front of your face can't exactly cover that kind of smell, can it? At some point, this person got very confident and almost bored. It's like he needs to be occupied with something. It's like a disease. Like, I need to do something that goes against all norms, but you need to keep that surface, which, oh, I'm really such a nice person, you know. They traveled far. They traveled far to get away from wherever they were. They could be anywhere. They crossed one continent to another. Today, I see him working on something. It could be a project, maybe the family, I don't know. There is some working here. Some stuff is going on. However, yeah, he's trying to, it seems to me that he's trying to work himself out from a situation which is literally giving him a lot of anxiety. Almost paranoid vibe here. Zoom in if you must. Like I said, I couldn't make this up. The card speaks for themselves. Outside influences, be quiet. Never talk. Not even, you know, even the kids. Never talk, never, you know, even if you get married or to your own children, never speak about what was. You can say, oh, it was tough. But don't you dare talk. Say nothing. There is a new project here which excites him. He's a very virile kind of person, if you know what I'm saying. I think his wife can verify that. But he's very worried because let's say hypothetically the country he resides in find out about who he truly is, and they might not be as excited about the story that was maybe supported by the law enforcement where we come from. They might not be as excited as wherever he came from is, wherever he is now. Jail. If he lives hypothetically in my country, he shouldn't complain about jail. He should consider that as a vacation. He's going to let something go in order to get rid of a burden. He's mentally very tired, is what I get. He's mentally exhausted. He's lived a pretty colorful life. But you know, a lot of swords here. He might get exposed. Seven of Swords. Reversed. You did see me shuffle, didn't you? Someone might expose him. Expose who he truly is. And then that's when he's going to put up the wounded warrior facade, like crocodile tears, and to you know, to get sympathy with, oh, you know, it was like this, it was like that. Venus in Scorpio. Someone have trouble letting go of what exactly? He was in love with another woman. Not the one he's married to now. She got knocked up. Which is the reason that there is this subtle aggressiveness to him. And I don't think, I'm not sure she's aware, but someone have not gotten over a betrayal here. They could be, there are promises here that, no, I only love you, I'll stick to you, and you know, there is another journey here. But there is a lot of fire attached to this person, so he's very volatile, very quick on the trigger in regards to, you know, he's rather explosive. I know a lot of stuff about being explosive. He's defenseless. So if you're watching this, if you are somewhere in Mexico, Colombia, I don't know, all the countries, you know, he's still alive and well, and he's still fucking fantasizing about that woman he really wanted. And he's living too good of a life for being a previous, not just a small town gangster. I've been dealing with small time gangsters my entire life. But I had the real deal as my closest neighbors. With guns under their pillow, they weren't fucking around. And you just go smile when you pass their house and like, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you again. Become their best friends and remain pretty. And needless to say, having that kind of friends can be a big advantage when low-level assholes are entering your space. Just saying. Queen of Cups and myself, Raven. Hope it was entertaining enough. Catch you on the flip side.